This is the very end of my second season competing in pageants. I'm part of the Miss America system here in Iowa. So I started right before COVID. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I just jumped in, won a title by random, went to state that year, did okay. And I was like, okay, this next time around, I really want to win confidently, I should say. So then this past local season came around, and I can't even tell you how many locals I competed in before I finally won one. I started way back in August, and I would get runner-up every time. And I thought, what am I doing that is not pushing me over at the edge to win? So I was looking online for all the resources I could to see what I could learn about how to improve my performance, how I could improve my my interviews, and just make myself a better competitor. And that's when I found the Win a Pageant podcast. And I started listening every time I got in my car. And then I found out there was the Win a Pageant Academy. And I was like, okay, I'm ready to win a pageant. So as Alycia said, I signed up, and this was back in February. And in 2 weeks from the time I had signed up, I had another local coming up. And I thought, oh my, I need to win. I need to win a title here. And my coach, Nicole, she's like, yeah, we're going to do this. And the little voice in my head was thinking, I don't know about that. We still have 2 weeks. That's not much time to really, truly make crazy amounts of improvement. But I got on calls with her. I did the prep work, and I won. Finally, after so many locals. It only took 2 weeks with this academy to really just make myself a better competitor already. So then I went to state this year, had so much fun. And I won several awards there that I know I wouldn't have won without the help of the Academy. I won the non-finalist talent award. So I've been playing the violin since I was 6 years old. And while the Academy isn't going to help me practice my song better, what it gave me is the confidence to go out on stage and perform it and own the stage. That is something I'd always been struggling with. Talent is a huge part of MAO's scoring system. It's, I believe, 35% of our scores. So you have to kill it if you want to score well and place well. And that was something that had been holding me back. Even though I was talented, I was just lacking that confidence on stage because I went out there and I thought, oh man, what if I mess up? But at state this year, that wasn't what my mind was going through. I was thinking, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to rock it, I'm going to do what I know how to do. And I felt good about it. And that's how I walked away with that award. On-stage question at state can be super nerve-wracking. A lot of people don't like on-stage question. However, this is something me and Nicole practiced over and over and over, how to answer questions when you have thousands of eyes on you and everyone's listening to every single word you say. And I did so well at that. I actually posted my video of my onstage question into the Facebook group for Win a Pageant Academy. And I was like, hey guys, look at this. This might be the best onstage answer I've ever given. And I blew my own self away walking off of that stage, knowing that I had answered that question as best as I could, and it made sense. And it was just such a great feeling knowing that, a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this. I would have mumbled a couple things and rolled off the stage, but I was able to stand there confidently and tell the judges and the audience my thoughts and ideas, which is so important to be able to do as a title holder. And also, I guess I should talk a little bit about my heart story, which is a huge part of what I've been able to develop here in the academy. So in the Miss America system, they're called social impact initiatives, or we can call them our legacy projects here, because we want them to stand the test of time and continue to be a legacy, even if we're not the one running it. So in 2017, one of my best friends, Jace Garner, passed away in a car accident. And that was easily one of the hardest moments in my life. And I thought, there's two things I can do here. I can either live with this sadness and the darkness, or I can somehow grow with it. And I chose I wanted to grow with it. He was a registered organ donor, and through his death, he was able to save the lives of over 80 other people, which I thought was amazing. It gave me so much comfort knowing that, well, no, he wasn't here on this earth spiritually. Part of him still remained here and was helping other people live their life and giving them a second chance at that life. So I decided I wanted to do a legacy project focusing on organ donation. But prior to the academy, I was kind of all over scattered brained about what I wanted to do with it. I knew I wanted to get people registered. I just didn't really know how. One of the coolest things me and my coach Nicole did. So we started talking about ways to register people and how we could do that, how we could make it easier for people to get signed up to become registered donors. Right now, one of the biggest ways people can sign up is like manually, they write it on a piece of paper and send it into the mail or at the DMV. But I thought, if I go into schools, I want to have something instant that people can use. So we decided to come up with a QR code. So really easy access to becoming a registered donor. And to make it even better, at state this year, when I was giving my social impact initiative pitch, we had a slide behind us that gave a little bit of information about what we were talking about to kind of support our pitch. I decided I'd put the QR code on there too. So if anyone in the audience wasn't already a registered organ donor, right there at the state competition, they could register and save so many lives. And I just thought, wow, this is brilliant. Like, what an idea. And I was the only girl to do something like that. And I love knowing that I was making an impact right there on the stage. And no, I didn't walk away with the state crown, but that's all right, because I knew I was making an impact as I was competing, which is the coolest feeling to have. Oh gosh. Alycia, I don't know if there's anything else you want me to talk about, but.
That's awesome. Yes. What is truly incredible is that, I really feel like we try our best to partner the client with the coach that we think is going to be able to get the goal out of them. And I think it's incredible that you are partnered specifically with Nicole, and then to think about the digitalizing of what you've done, because, Nicole is like our go-to digital gal, like she just thinks big like that. And I just think it's so beautiful that you guys were able to be partnered together in order to be on that mission. I would be interested if you could share about the way that it felt for you in sort of like the differences, because you mentioned that you'd been to the pageant before, the state pageant before. What was it like showing up to the state pageant this year versus years in the past? What was different for you?
It was like night and day. I was walking in with so much confidence. Every time I stepped on that stage, I did have a little voice in my head trying to creep up there saying, oh, I don't know about this. I don't know if you can do it. But something I had learned from Nicole is just wash it away. You walk out on that stage and you are thinking, yes, judges, look at me. I'm the one you want. I mean, look how great of a title holder I'm going to be, because if you don't believe it, why would the judges believe it? And that's something I walked out on stage with, knowing that I did believe in myself. And it was just such a great feeling having that confidence, and it showed. I didn't mention this earlier, but another award I won was it's called the Dale Dose Applause Award. It's given by the judges to a competitor, a strong competitor that they would really like to see return for the next season. And that was a huge, I mean, it was amazing to receive a compliment like that from the judges, that they saw something in me and they wanted me to keep competing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh man. The first photo that you posted in the group was the photo of winning your local pageant. And I remember, because all the coaching team knew, okay, she's going to be competing in 2 weeks. And we were like, what does she need to do to get ready? We're like, tell her these things. This is what she needs to have in place. Because as you know, our strategy is to create the legacy project. So you've got something to talk about. But at this point, it was like, what are we going to do in 2 weeks? How do we do this? She's got all the other things she's trying to do to prepare. So what is it that we can actually impart in order to get there? And I love what you described about how Nicole was like, we're going to do this, you know? And even when you doubted yourself, she believed in you. And I think that is such an important component to coaching in general. Had you worked with other coaches before? Was this your first coaching experience?
It was not.
Uh-huh.
A prior coach I had really didn't make me feel confident about myself. She actually made me feel a little bit worse after the state pageant last year. So I knew I needed to have a team that was not only supportive, but truly did believe in me so I could believe in myself.
I'm sorry that that was your previous experience. And I know that many of us have had that experience where we trusted somebody, or we placed our trust in somebody, and then it was not handled well. And as you know, the strategy that we use is something that literally anybody can employ in order to see the success that they would ultimately see even beyond after winning the title and then relinquishing their title. And then 3 years later, that's the success we're all after, you know, and that's the track that you are on. And I appreciate so much your vulnerability, Claire. I know that the story that your heart story was something that really from the beginning, you knew that that was going to be the thing that you were going to promote. And I know that it has been a lot of work to be able to express that story in a way that is honorable to those involved, and also in a way that inspires action for people. And you truly have done that, and you are doing it. So bravo. I can't wait to see you as your motivational speaking career continues, because I know that path that you are on. What are some of the vision and goals that you have now after having completed the academy?
Oh boy, to keep everything I've learned from the academy and keep pushing forward. I have so much knowledge. I have a binder actually over here of notes that I've written from the academy that I look over, and the knowledge I've gained is insane. And it's improved my performance, and I can't wait to keep moving forward with that.
That's great. Wow. Well, Claire, thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of this experience for you, to kind of position you for all of the greatness that you have moving forward. And I can't wait to keep working with you in lots of different ways, I'm sure. And as you finish out your academy experience. So thank you again
Thank
so much
you.
for being on with me today. I appreciate you, hun.
Of course.